Hello, welcome. I'm joined by Jeff Hocking, founder of Breathe Marketing. Jeff, we're here to talk about marketing. Let's talk a little bit about how SMEs, startups and entrepreneurs, or why they should spend part of their budget on marketing.
Well, in today's highly competitive world, often a prospect, when they're looking at companies to decide who they want to do business with, the only visible thing that they can actually see that is a key differentiator is either their brand, a company's brand, or their marketing, is how they market themselves. So in many ways, that's the only way that they can actually decide, because companies tend to almost become commoditized in many markets.
Okay, so how would a small business implement that? If we remember that a lot of them won't have a lot of money and they will think, oh, is marketing tangible? Will I get some money back from it? What would you say to convince somebody otherwise?
Well, there's two approaches really. You can either take a very much of a budget approach, where you maybe look at off-the-shelf websites, or using Word documents to create your advertising and print. But then you end up looking like everybody else. So I would recommend to people that they actually go to somebody like Breathe, and where we will actually create distinctive and customised and bespoke marketing and design solutions that are targeted specifically for them. And that will make them stand out in the market and be distinctive and memorable, and that will help them.
Yeah, absolutely. And being memorable in the marketplace is very key. And positioning yourself as a brand is also very important. How might you advise a small business in the nascent stage of a brand to position themselves in the market?
Well, to have a strong competitive positioning is absolutely key, really, to again make you stand out in the market. The best way of doing it is to actually talk to your customers and find out what's important to them, and find out what the key benefits are that are really going to drive their business and they want you to supply. And then I would also talk to some of your customer-facing staff, because they have valuable insights into what your customers are saying and how they feel about things. But also look at your competition. It's very important that it's a competitive positioning. So basically, when somebody looks at all the companies in your sector in the market, that you stand out for something that they really want.
Yeah.
And it's very important to look to see what they're doing as well.
Yeah, and don't isolate yourself in the corner of the market, but be there or thereabouts promoting yourself.
Absolutely. And then when you gather that information together, you can try and spot a gap in the market, because you don't really want to be a Me Too situation, because it makes life difficult for yourself. If you can actually find that gap in the market that aligns with how your customers perceive you, and also link and aligns with your major attributes of your brand and your value proposition, it's going to make life much easier for you.
Absolutely. How can Breathe help implement a strategy or help an SME or a small business?
Well, what we would do initially is to look very carefully at the business and try and get under the skin of the business to find out why customers buy from you, why customers don't buy from you, what your competition are doing, and to get a real feel for what's actually going to make people want to go to your website. We will then help you plan your website. We'll look at your marketing objectives and your website objectives and goals, and we would help you try and put that plan together. We would help you put together a site structure that is very user-centric, so again making sure that customers and users coming to the site will get what they want from it. We then normally go through a sort of design exploration stage where we would look at your branding, your current branding. Often when it comes to a website, company's brand might not be strong enough to take online, so we would maybe suggest that they strengthen their branding. And then we will produce a series of concepts that actually reflect everything that we found out and actually underpin the thinking behind it.